Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you for coming to my channel. I'm going to entitle this video, Please Be Careful Out There. I'm going to share a story with you that I just experienced today. I'm a very observant person. I observe the littlest things that most people don't even notice or realize. That's just been me. It's just who I am. And especially, nowadays, you got to be careful because you got people doing all kinds of stuff. Crime has risen. Things that was unheard of being done years ago is totally not off limits anymore. So I went to CVS to pick up my wife's paper, and what else I picked up? I picked up some few other little small things. So I back out to the car. I get in my car, and I notice this white truck. So I put my belt on, and as I'm pulling out, I look up, the white truck is almost on my tail. And I was like, and that let me know the fast acceleration of this vehicle, because I'm like, whoa. So I hit the gas to kind of put a little space between us. So I took a right, the truck took a left. And apparently I looked up again, because looking in my rearview mirror, I see another car. And just by looking at how close it is, it let me know how fast of a rate of speed that it was going. Because I'm like, I just glanced off for a minute. I look up, I see a car in my rearview mirror. So I put a little gas, again, try to keep a little distance from people because I don't let nobody get up on me. So I make a right, or should I say make a left? It made a left. And on my way home, I usually kind of have a route where I take this street and then I take this street and take a right left. Today, for some reason, I did the opposite of all that. Every turn that I turned was a turn that I would normally make. So I turn left, then I look up, or turn right, look up, the car behind me, turn right. Then I go up 2 blocks to turn left, car behind me turns left. Every turn that I made, and I made about 3 turns before getting home, and this car's just right behind me, and kind of picking up a little speed. Again, I usually hit the gas and get a little distance between us. So I normally, before I get to my block, I turn off. So when I get to my block, I make a left so my car is pointed north, because all the cars on my side are north and all the cars on that side are south. So I went past my street, and on the next block I turned right. So I'm coming in just the opposite. Instead of me turning early, I turned late. So I turn, the car turns. So then I turn again, the car turns. So now I get to my street and I make a right, then the car makes a left. Now I'm saying to myself, this car went down my street or the next street going south. So I'm like, why didn't it turn down my street before it passed my street just to take a straight shot down? So it took off, in another direction, going down past my street. So I got out my car and I looked, and it got about like a block away, 2 blocks, and then it turned back in the direction it came from. I'm like, that made no sense. I don't know what was up with that, but just be careful out there, because I'm like, what are the chances of a car behind me making every single turn that I make and then go in the direction that they could have went earlier before they followed me down that street until I turned off, So I don't know what was going on there, but it's like, again, what are the odds of that happening? Usually when somebody behind you and you traveling a good little distance, at some point in time, they turn off, you turn off, go a different way. This car, every turn, I made at least 4 turns. And every turn I made, car was behind me. And like I said, when I took my right to pull up to my house, car going south or north, it turned down my street. And I'm like, why didn't you just turn down my street before you passed my street, made a left, then another left, then went down my street? Don't make any sense. But again, I just thought I would post this because there are a lot of times when people don't realize when people following them or something's not right, you're totally oblivious to what's going on. And I've never been one of those types of people, because I do stuff like this, and people, once I tell you what I do, You probably say to yourself, man, I never even thought about that. When I leave out of my house to go and to get in my car, if I see a car coming down the street, which will by the time a window of time that by the time I get up there to my car with my back towards the traffic and it's pulling past me now at this given time because we line up to do that, I stop and wait. I let that car pass. Then I go to my car, get in my car. I never go to my car with a car coming past me with my back towards traffic. I never do that. I remember watching on the news about a year ago, this lady, she was visiting family from out of town, and the family she was visiting had a security camera which shows down the street. So this lady pulled up, she got out her car, then she went in the house, and apparently she forgot someone was going back out. And as she turned back around, she seen these guys coming down the street. Now, what I would have done, I would have went back in the house, wait till those guys pass, because it ain't about me being afraid or anything like that. It's just using your senses or sense to say, I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm trying to stay safe. And again, it ain't an issue of being afraid. It's being safe-minded. So she turned back around. And again, as far as the time frame, by the time she got to her car, they were already up there and they robbed her. You got to be careful. When you see something that might be potentially not right, just hold off for a moment. Don't worry about what people think about you. Well, why is he stopping? Don't worry about why is he stopping. You need to just keep moving. But I'm going to sign off now, but please be careful out there. We live in some very uncertain times now. And I know throughout history, crime has always and violence has always been a present in our society, unfortunately, but it's getting worse. It's getting really bad. You got young girls now, young women looting, stealing, credit card fraud. That was unheard of when I was growing up. Most women were on the straight and narrow. They weren't thieves and trying to kill each other on Facebook and having a beef and meeting these people and trying to stab them to death, but unfortunately, some of the women are just as worse as the men now. That's a scary thought to me, that, whoa, everybody, well, not everybody, but quite a few people now are very criminally minded, very violent, very dangerous. So again, be careful, be very observant of your environment, because I am. That's why I noticed that, because I'm like, what's going on here? I turn, they turn. I turn, they turn. Then I turn again, they turn. But until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. I just thought I would share that story with you guys. Be careful. Take care.